when you're in your certain age, after
You're
30,
super
close to 40.
Dasha is actually, she and her husband, they run an AI company.
I was a ballet dancer from the age of 6.
A lot of people have issues just starting.
Our son, he wants to become an NBA player.
I'm scared every day, trust me. I'm scared every day. And people buy from people they like. And how did you feel doing that? It's like, oh my God, what a willpower. Did you do it for me or did you?
Hello, I am Gulnara Omar and welcome to my weekly podcast. Please join me and my guests as we dive into wellness, empowerment psychology, health, beauty, and helpful tips on how to create positive change with greater energy and courage. So, let's get inspired to live healthier, more empowered, and fulfilling lives.
Hello, lovely people. Welcome to my podcast with you, Gulnara Omar. And today I have a very special guest. Please meet Dasha. And she is the winner of my 4 weeks challenge. Welcome, Dasha. And thank you so much for coming today. And I know all of my followers really were looking forward to this interview and they wanted to know, what was your secret? How come you didn't fail a single day? You showed up every day and you did your routine and it was beautiful. And my followers ask several questions, whether you are a pro champion in gymnastics and it's easier for you to do it, or maybe you're single, maybe you have so much time. So can you tell us about yourself and what was your secret really? Is it your childhood or is it your discipline?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. It's a very, very special time. I appreciate that, Gulnara. And
Thank you.
thank you. And Happy New Year, everyone. This is a wonderful, actually, challenge. I really enjoyed doing it. And it really brought a lot of strength back to me. I'm not a professional gymnast. I was a ballet dancer from the age of 6 until 16, 17 when I
wow.
graduated from school. And
But that's also sport. Ballerinas are athletes, right?
yes, but after that, I entered IT university. So I graduated from IT university, and I haven't danced after that.
Oh, wow.
But that discipline stayed with me because ballet gave me a lot of good habits. Yeah. So ballet to me is about beauty, but it's beauty through pain points, because when you're on those beautiful point shoes, you're dancing, you're so light on stage, and there's a lot of blood in your feet, a lot of pain when you dance. But I've never concentrated on that. I always loved how as a ballerina you're so beautifully dancing on stage and so light
and look easy.
yes,
You don't see the pain.
yeah,
You just see how easy you make it. So like a butterfly.
exactly. So I guess to me, it was the end results. I always had that picture in mind that I'm going to be, beautifully dancing on the stage. And what we do in class, a lot of like disciplines and move, like every day we're trained more than 4 or 5 hours a day of classes. It was modern dance, ballet, and folk dance. So a lot of those extra physical activity, it all comes into like 2 minutes of performing on stage for whatever variation, whatever dance you had.
Nobody can see how much hard work behind this
Yes.
2 minutes of performance.
Yeah. So
So after 16 years old, you went into IT. So Dasha is actually, she and her husband, they run an AI company and they teach people how to use AI to your advantage, but in such a humanized, personalized, specialized manner. So it's not like you're talking to a robot. They make your robot is your best as a best friend, right?
more like your twin copy.
Oh, wow.
Because
not just assistant, like a twin copy.
yes, so the point of that is to become a better version of ourselves. That's also very close to empowering yourself. So when you're yourself, sometimes you don't see, the things that you want to move towards too. And then when you put a goal with AI, like you say, for example, to your like digital twin that knows everything about you, because you can download whatever any astrological or any numerological, like any data
or
that
spirituality, or if you're Muslim or Christian, or your certain things that you want to believe in. So he will know or she will know you
Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
your goals.
did it help you with your workouts?
So it helps me to become a better person, not only with a workout, but on an everyday basis. So I can appoint it as a coach, for example, like you're going to be my money coach, or you can be my mentor in running
Flexibility
business,
coach.
or yeah, or
Did you
flexibility
use
coach.
AI for your marathon also or no?
For the marathon, I used what are the better, exercise to have accomplished my goal, because when you're in your certain age, after
Here's the secret,
30,
guys.
close to 40.
You're close to 40?
Yes,
How old are you?
I'm 38.
Oh, wow.
And when you in that age, you want to make sure that your body is still flexible. You still have some muscles in some particular parts of your body, especially for women. It's like belly, and have your buttocks
Yeah.
in a great shape. So you can tell AI, like, you're the best coach. What exercises do I need to do if I want to accomplish my goals? And it will
Wow.
give you step by step instructions how to perform them. So it really helps a lot for that. You're
Wow.
right.
See?
Yeah.
So Dasha used everything she could. You used help of AI, and then did you use your willpower? How did you push yourself? Because I understand you have a family, you have two children. And how old
Yes.
are your children, by the way?
My kids are 10, my son, and my daughter is 13. And my daughter runs her own project, Kid to Kid Education, that kids help kids practice foreign languages and share skills.
Wow.
And this is also, it's amazing how my daughter finds discipline, because, as a kid, how would you know that you need to do it, right? Like, you don't need to, answer in front of anyone. It's not something that you're forced to do. You do it or
Yeah,
you
so
not do
she's a
it.
little entrepreneur like her mom and dad. That's amazing.
Yeah, so when you're entrepreneur, you have to have, some goal in mind. Why are you doing that? It's a mission.
Hmm.
So for Mila is, to break those borders so kids can feel confident, and multicultural, exchange of knowledge so they can build projects together. So that was her big motivation. And for me, when I became an entrepreneur and in our AI program, we actually help people to achieve their dreams and goals with ease, with use of technology.
Mm.
Because right now the time is just so fast, everything is running so fast, and you need to adapt. And when you're using AI, it's just so much faster and easier for you to accomplish, because you don't need to, call someone, or meet, some advisors. You can actually appoint AI as an advisor that knows everything about you, your program, everything you need to them to
Yeah.
know to help you to accomplish your goal.
Well, that's amazing. And the thing is that a lot of people have issues just starting. So they need a lot of energy to start, and they delay and delay and delay and procrastinate. But when you have someone like AI to give you a certain set of exercises and tell you, Dasha, you need to do one, two, three, at least the first job is done. And at least you can go to the step two to execute, because sometimes people don't know what to do. So
Yeah.
you use AI to your advantage, which is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And the second question I want to ask you, uh, were you disciplined as a child? Did your mom discipline you a lot? How did you grow up into a woman like this?
That's a good question. Thank you, Gulnara. We
You're
talked
welcome.
a little bit about it when I was reflecting
Hmm.
what was my childhood, and how did I asked my mom, like, did you have high expectations or high standards or something? And
Hmm.
my mom said, no, you were just, self-sufficient, self-reliant, self-disciplined,
Self-driven.
self-driven. Because when I was 6, I was walking to school by myself, I was doing homework. So it's even before I, just my first year in ballet school,
Hmm.
and just regular school and everything. My mom never checked my homework. So I guess that also mindset that I just need to be self reliant and do whatever it takes. And also, I guess as a child, psychologically, I wanted to prove to my mom that, like, I want your approval. I
I want
want
your
you to,
attention.
yeah, your attention. I
Yeah,
want you
yeah.
to, like,
Praise
say,
me.
yeah, praise me,
Yeah.
Dasha. You're good. I love you. So I guess in order to get that attention, I wanted to perform better, become better. So I guess it's accumulative. It's not just ballet or like not just my upbringing. I think it's just the whole path. But to me, it was about, like setting little goals, little step. And it was, I guess, on subconscious level. So I never like, as a child, never set the goal, oh, I'm going to be a professional ballerina. That wasn't my goal. My goal was to be like 1% better, to be noticed, to be
To be approved,
to
yeah.
be approved and center of
And you're
attention.
right, because it's actually psychologically, when your parents work with you, you want to do more. You want to be more, which is normal. But when parents neglect you, you also want to do more, even extra, because you think by this you will get more love and more attention. In fact, when your parents love you with a good dose of love, you achieve things, but you're not perfectionist. You don't overdo, you don't have to do excessively. As a child, you had a lot of uncertainty. You didn't go to school on 1st of September like all children. So you needed to create your own routines and be self-reliant, because as a child you didn't know what to expect. So on one hand it's great, I think, but sometimes it does give children, when they grow up, some sense of insecurity or some sense of internal instability or internal anxiety, like I don't know what to expect. So but you, with your physical exercising, you give your body attention and you feel safe, because when you breathe a lot, your parasympathetic system kicks in and it makes you feel safe. And when you exercise, you can't help just breathe, right? Because you do a lot of intense movements. So when we breathe, we calm down instantly. And I think that's a great habit that you've developed. And how did you feel during marathon? And how did you force yourself? You said, Dasha mentioned that at the one day it was 11:30 p.m.
Yeah.
Almost 12,
A couple of days,
and
not
she,
just one day.
and you remember that, oh my God, I haven't done my exercise for the marathon. So, and you had your heavy dinner, you were going to bed, and then you went to your mini gym at your home and you started doing exercises, right?
Yeah.
And how did you feel doing that? It's like, oh my God, what a willpower. Did you do it for me, or did you do it for the followers that we're going to inspire? Or why did you do it?
I did it for you a little bit, of course.
Oh.
Gulnara.
We do tend to do things for others more than we do for ourselves, right?
Yeah, that's true. For this, I think it's very important to know for yourself if you do it. It's, for me, it was a lot about what I'm gonna get out of it. So my shape, my physical shape, but also I knew if I'm gonna persevere, I'm gonna go and do it right now. I'm gonna you know, tell myself that I did that. So it's my accomplishment and it's going to make me feel more empowered and I'm going to more trust and believe in myself. Because if you're skipping it once, skipping it twice, and then you're not believing in yourself anymore that you can do it, then it all transforms into your life. And then you're becoming also unsure that, you can achieve this or you can't do that. And it goes all in the snowball downhill after that. So it's
I
very
love
important in
it.
that discipline to
I
keep
love it.
consistent because you promise.
This is such a great point, Dasha. And you know why? Because our psyche and how we believe in ourselves is built from small steps and small actions and small mini proofs that we prove to ourselves that, because how we do anything is how we do everything. If you do small things, your brain thinks, okay, this is how I do things. That's why when I work with women, and some women change their mind a lot, they decide one thing and next time they change it. They cancel a lot. Very bad for your self esteem, very bad for your self belief, because your brain doesn't know what to believe, right? And so it doesn't build enough of self trust.
Yeah.
And I love how you said it. You said when you promise to yourself and you follow through, you actually start believing and it will translate in other areas in your life. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And it also shows your children. First of all, it gives you that confidence, and as an entrepreneur, you know that, okay, I have challenges, it's tough right now, but you know what, I know that I will push through, and around the corner there's success, because that's what entrepreneurs are about. It's about doing. And I'm scared every day, trust me, I'm scared every day, and fear, and what we want is on the other side of the fear. But this small things, what you said about marathon, trusting yourself and still doing it, That's beautiful.
I'll add two little things
Please.
in here. For example, when every new meeting that we do, like a discovery session to meet with entrepreneur and to show them how AI can be built into their business, into their personal life, how it can help them to become that better version of yourself. And on those meetings, you never know, what are those people, what are their values, goals, and I'm really scared to meet them every time. And I'm like, well, I don't know,
You look so confident.
but
I would never think you're scared, but
but after that meeting that you run, you're so inspired if it's the right person, and
Yeah.
you're so inspired. And after that meeting, I'm always like, okay, I can never be scared again. Next meeting is gonna run perfect, but then you're scared again, and before the next meeting, that's the one thing. But it always shows you that there's other people. They think different. They're so interesting, and you can help them, and it inspires. And for kids, it was a very good point. Our son, he wants to become an NBA player.
Oh, how old is he? 10?
He's 10.
Oh, Max, right?
Yes. So
He did the
Max
plank. For how
Max
long
went
was he
7 minutes.
7
He did
minutes in the
7 minutes.
plank,
Yeah, he
10-year-old
said,
boy.
"Oh, I'm just gonna do it." And
Because you inspired him.
he
His mom was doing.
did.
She's like, okay, let me show you what I can do, right?
Yeah, he's super skinny. And I said to Max, well, you need to
He's so
exercise.
strong.
You need to like do push-ups, sit-ups, pull-ups. And right now, for last 2-3 months, he wakes up at 5:30 a.m. every morning, and by 6 a.m. they are at the gym doing drills. Nobody's there. Nobody's at the gym.
Wow.
But he is willing to go that extra mile because he knows what the reward is. He is going to NBA. He's very convinced. So he has his own YouTube channel. He wants to show his path and inspire other people on this path, how he became an
Yeah.
NBA player.
Wow.
And those little exercises every day, doing drills, and it's not fun, right? How can you explain to a kid, to a 10-year-old boy, yes, you have to do drills? I don't want to do it,
But I
right?
think you
But
need to
he
give
has it.
credit to your husband because Dasha's husband is super fit, super handsome, almost as beautiful as you are. No, I'm just kidding. It's just you're a great couple on so many ways. And so Vladimir is so fit. He's well built, but you can tell that the guy has a discipline. When we look at the person, we can tell if the person has a discipline because body you cannot cheat, right? Nobody will do it for you. And your husband and both of you have great bodies because you work on it. And even though you're busy people, you have two companies to run, you have children, you immigrants, you live here without family, without any support, right? So and we sometimes we don't give ourselves credit, but I want my followers to know that people who have challenges also overcome them. And it's not like every day is rosy, but you do what you love. You're passionate about helping others, and you know how to bring the beauty of AI to people, not that side of a robot or danger of it. Of course, I'm sure you tell people the danger of it too, but you show how they can use it and utilize to their advantage.
Yeah.
So with all of this, I wanted Dasha to share with you how a woman as beautiful as you and young looking has a discipline, and I'm sure there's discipline behind it. And having been two immigrants and parents with two children and running two companies, and exercise is one of the things that behind your success. Am I right?
Yeah, for sure. Because it builds that strength, and then when you need to wake up every day and when you need to have that energy, you need to exercise. Like that's inevitable. Also, another thing, I do yoga on an everyday basis. That helps me with my. It doesn't, like, when we say exercise, it doesn't need to be like run marathons. So like
Doesn't have to be
running out.
intense.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be intense. Exactly. So it could be yoga, but yoga could be intense too. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I
But
love this type of yoga too.
and when you have that flexibility, you're gonna live longer, because that comes to flexibility is your mobility,
Your
and your
balance.
mobility, your balance. Yeah, it's gonna show
Yeah.
how well how well you're gonna be moving when
How
you're
well
in
you will
your.
age.
Exactly.
Yeah. How much
So
you will enjoy life
yeah,
in your old age. So
yeah,
today you said something before how you go. Dasha said, when I work out and I don't want to and I push myself, I ask myself this question: how is this action going to affect my life in 5 years? Well, thank you so much, Dasha. Your interview was so inspiring and we covered so many things. And I love how you use AI, you use discipline, you use asking yourself important questions. And before you go, could you please share with our followers and listeners 3 or 4 tips that help you be high energy woman, compassionate woman, beautiful woman? And even though I'm sure you have your own ups and downs, how do you go through that in your life? And how can you empower us with your advice and your secrets?
Sure. I think one and very important one is don't be hard on yourself.
Ah,
So
it's a big one.
yeah, it is a big one. And sometimes we, go into that pattern of, okay, I'm not worthy, like I didn't do it, I haven't achieved it, like I missed one day, for example. If you miss one day, just try not to miss the second day.
Mm-hmm.
And from that, it comes a second point is celebrate those small wins.
Mm-hmm.
It's important to treat yourself. I'm not telling you like go for half an hour walk and then eat a hamburger, or for example, or some piece of bread or a big pastry, but celebrate those little wins. It's important when you're
How do
and
you celebrate? Do you tell yourself something, or do you go buy yourself an ice cream? Not a big one, a small one, or what do you do?
well, for example, say like if I'm gonna complete my workout today, then I can watch, for example, watch a movie or something, or I can spend the time with my kids.
But
That
what if
that's important
someone
one.
watches movie every single day? So what do you say? You do something special, not something that you do daily, but something that's really meaningful for you, right?
That's true. I haven't thought about that way because we only watch movies on Friday. It's our
Yeah,
family movie night.
yeah.
We don't watch TV otherwise. So,
Because if someone is watching you right now and they watch movies every day, they lack
that's
discipline,
true.
but they really want to increase their level of discipline and at the same time celebrate it.
Yeah.
So, do you think that they should what should they choose for themselves as a celebration element?
Um, That's a good question. So for me, again, that would be something, for example, I can allow myself an extra like little chocolate.
Okay.
Um, and also when you go like for as a workout, sometimes you can say, well, I need to go to the gym, I need to, pick a class, and you make it very difficult for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So what I would suggest is maybe go for outside just for a walk.
Mm.
That's a workout that's
Mm-hmm.
gonna really that will give me that pleasure of
Mm-hmm.
just being outside listening to
And
birds
also moving,
chirping,
right?
yeah, and sunshine. And also another trick, when you just go for a walk, set a timer for 2 minutes and smile, just like unconditional smile, because your brain doesn't understand the difference between your fake
That's
smile
true.
and you're just smiling like that, but it's gonna trigger in your brain that you're happy, that you like exercising, you like going out. So that's also another trigger for you to
Mm.
be 1% better every day. I guess that again we come into another very important part. Just don't overwhelm yourself. So don't create a big program for yourself that you will never follow through. You'll give up.
Mm.
1% better every day. Add extra push up, extra pull up, extra 5 minutes of walking, and then just extra, and it's gonna build up into the habit before
Yeah. And
you have a
also, there
chance
was
to.
something you said. Ask yourself one question about how your life will be better because of your current exercise or activity, right?
Yeah, it's a habit, it's a system. So it's not just about discipline, it's about creating those little daily habits that's going to help you to become that better version of yourself, through everyday
Yeah. The big
activities.
picture.
Yes, so
That's
exercise comes in every entrepreneurship, like every entrepreneur exercises because they know that for them it creates that habit of consistency, and that's how you're going to be consistent in life and your business. And then people are going to trust you, people are going to believe you, people are going to buy from you and will want to hang out around you because they know that whatever you say,
hmm
you're going to follow through.
I agree. And I would want to add that people buy from people they like. People hang out with people they enjoy
Or make them
and
better.
make them better. So it's not only what we do, what we say, it's about energy. And sometimes you feel so great around one person, and it doesn't matter what age or beauty or financial status of this person. You just feel great. So energy is important. And exercising, increases your energy drastically. So, yes, I agree. It's your consistency, it's your keeping word to yourself, it's believability, it's the level of self trust. But if you don't have energy, none of this makes a difference.
That's true. Yeah.
Right?
We're gonna be robots otherwise.
Exactly. The energy. So when you work out, you have greater energy, you show up in a better way, in a more resourceful way, you show up happier, you want to give because you live in abundance. So from the place of abundance, you give more, you give freely. So yeah, I agree with all of this. And I love these 4 tips. One is don't be hard on yourself. 2, celebrate small wins. 3, don't plan too much. Give yourself some space for flexibility and say, today I'll do 10 minutes and it's good enough.
Yeah.
And 5, have a perspective, have a long-term perspective,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Did I summarize it good?
Yes. Yeah.
Well,
that's
thank you.
perfect.
Thank you. I have a good teacher today.
Right.
And that's another secret. No matter what age we are, we learn from each other, right?
That's true.
And I have learned so much from you, Dasha. Thank you so much. Thank you. And if you have any questions, please comment down below. I will leave the link to Dasha's social media. And if you have any questions about AI, about her personal life, about her ballet, about how she is such a good parent, you're more than welcome. I personally strongly recommend Dasha to you and her expertise. So thank you so much, Dasha, and Happy New Year to everyone.
Thank you so much for having me, Gulnara. I really appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Bye,
Thank
guys,
you.
and we'll
Have a
see you
great day.
next time.